All right, everyone, the awards program will now begin.
Thank you, Ashley. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the 2025 Next Generation Indie Book Awards. We are absolutely thrilled to have all of you here this evening. And congratulations. I would like to express a huge congratulations to all of the winners and finalists who are here with us this evening. Please give them all a big round of applause. Thank you. My name is Catherine Goulet, and I am one of the founders of the Next Generation Indie Book Awards. This is our 18th year we've been in operation. We started this as a not-for-profit awards program. And we have a very special evening planned for all of you. And our purpose this evening is really to recognize and acknowledge and award the top independently published books of the year. And these are the most outstanding independently published books this year. And we've had entries from numerous countries this year. I understand we've had entries from 42 different countries. We've had entries from all 50 states in the United States, and we've had entries from all 10 provinces in Canada. And we have visitors with us this evening, some winners and finalists, and guests that have flown across the world to be here. We have a number of individuals, of course, from the US, a number from Canada, and I haven't met them yet, but I've heard that we have someone here from France this evening. I'm not sure if they're here. If they are, they put up their hand. In addition to that, we have someone here from Australia. You have flown a long way to get here tonight. Congrats. And someone from the United Kingdom has joined us this evening. How fantastic. People from all around the world have been part of this awards program. It is a massive accomplishment to win a Next Generation Indie Book Awards. We're now the largest book awards program in the world for independent and self-published authors. So to win an award like this is an absolutely fantastic accomplishment. So congratulations to all of you. Now, I want to say a special thank you this evening to all of our esteemed team of expert judges. Later on this evening, you will meet my co-founder, Marilyn Allen. Marilyn Allen has vast experience in major publishing in New York, and Marilyn has brought on this incredible team of judges who've worked in major publishing. We have a number of judges who've worked in the independent publishing world as well, a number of designers, and they have the very difficult task of selecting the top books each year. So thank you to all of the judges who have given so much time and effort to pick those winning books. In addition to that, we have a huge team that has come together to put on this awards program. And I want to say a special shout out to our awards coordinator, Shelly Anderson. Shelly's over by the door there. Shelly does the extraordinary work of keeping all of us organized. You've probably all, whoever has entered the awards program, have had some touch point with her along the way and have heard from her. Thank you, Shelly, for all of your efforts. Really appreciate you. I want to thank my fabulous co-founder, Marilyn Allen, who's sitting at the chair, Kathy Teets, who's sitting beside Carolyn. You'll meet each of these women as the evening goes on. They have such incredible, valuable information to all authors. A lot of great tips for marketing your book, selling your book, getting your name known. So we look forward to hearing from them as the program goes on this evening. Thank you also to the rest of our team that are here. And can you please give us a wave as I call your name? First off, we've got Ashley, who's a co-MC. Molly, co-MC. We've got Karen. Karen's going to be singing tonight. Mike Harris. Anishka's at the back. We've got Megan and Ray. Megan's waiting for us. Ray was walking around. Here he is. He is in charge of making sure we have our FaceTime Live going. In addition to that, we have Devin, Kyle's at the back. We've got Mike Young, and Bill's at the very back there. They're all here to support the awards program this evening. And in addition to that, some of the members who aren't here, we've got Tag to thank Beth, Heidi, Chris, Logan, and Peter. Thank you for all of your contributions to bring together such an excellent awards program so that we can honor these amazing authors this year. I'd also like to take a moment to thank our sponsors this year. We have our platinum sponsor, IAP Career College, our gold sponsor, fabjob.com, our silver sponsor, Zoom Into Books. You'll hear a little bit more about Zoom Into Books this evening. And our bronze sponsor, Author Connections, and the wonderful Beth Coleman-Werner, who unfortunately isn't here this evening. And with all of the sponsorship, it helps us to put on this awards program to market all of the authors, all of you distinguished writers, and it is a thrill to be here celebrating with you this evening. I'd like to take a moment now. It's my pleasure to introduce you to our first co-MC of the evening, and that is our lovely Ashley Float. I'd love to tell you a little bit about Ashley. Ashley is an award-winning author. She's an award-winning picture book and illustrator who, I should say picture book author. She's not a picture book herself. She's a picture book author and illustrator who also studied traditional animation under the direction of the legendary Don Bluth. Ashley's books as author-illustrator are published with Macmillan and also with Penguin Random House. And some of the titles that she's published most recently are Witch and Wombat, Don't Wash Winston, Sheepwrecked, and coming this fall, Little Red and Big Bad Fred. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you so much, Catherine, and I'm so honored to be a part of this evening's celebration once again this year as co-MC. So excited. All right, so as I said, I'm honored and excited to be celebrating with so many talented authors, illustrators, and publishers this evening. Before we get started with the awards presentations, I'd like to explain how the night will unfold. So, I will be sharing my MC duties this evening with Lolly DeYoung, who you will be meeting shortly. Lolly and I will be announcing the 2025 winners and finalists who are present tonight, and this will be done in alphabetical order based on your book's title. And winners and finalists will come up on stage to receive your medals. Interspersed throughout the night, we will be announcing grand prize winners, not in alphabetical order though. We're throwing you a curveball. Have to keep you on your toes. And grand prize winners will be saying a few words either in person or via video. We will start with the third place grand prize winners and work up to the first place grand prize winners. After the awards presentation, you will have an opportunity to have a photo taken by our professional photographer who is roaming around this evening. Also, we have a marketing table in the back of the room over here, and that includes books from many of the talented winners and finalists who are here this evening. If you have an extra book and haven't already done so, feel free to add a copy of your book to the table. At the end of the evening, if you have left a book, you may take another author's book from the table. So we will be starting the presentation of winners and finalists, but before moving forward, we'd appreciate if you could please silence your phone so we don't have any interruptions. I know, technology. And as we start to announce the winners and finalists who are here this evening, and we're going to be showing a PowerPoint presentation based on their books, and that is the alphabetical order that will be based on the title. So, for example, if your book title begins with the letter A, you will be one of the first ones up on stage. If your book begins with the word the letter T, you will not be first. You will be closer to last. So, if you have any questions, Shelley could probably answer them back there. There you go, Shelley. When your book is announced, please make your way to the stage and you will receive a medal for each category you have placed in. Now, I would like it if my lovely assistant sitting in this chair right here, Mike, could please perform the following action for me. You're going to need to stand up, please. Okay. When your book is announced, you will come up on your right side of the stage. So, Mike, if you will please walk that way. You need to walk that way. Like this. John usually does. Okay. You've made it to the right side of the stage. Step 1 has been completed. Alright, now you will ascend, please, for me, the stairs, and either our founder, Catherine Goulet, or co-founder, Marilyn Allen, will be presenting you with your medal, shaking your hand, and then please go down the stairs in the center of the stage. Now, please, Jason. Very nice. Very nice. That was very well done. Fabulous. Anyone not comfortable with using the stairs to come on stage, please come to the bottom of the stairs in front and we will assist you. We can either bring your award down to you or help you. Mike did a fabulous job of demonstrating. Yes. Also, we are streaming on Facebook Live this evening, which is fabulous. So, while you're up here on stage, this is not the time to take a bunch of photos. For loved ones who are here for you this evening, we want to emphasize that this is not the time to have your loved ones stop on stage to get the perfect photo. We haven't built time into the evening for that, and instead have hired, once again, our professional photographer right here, who will take photos of all the winners and finalists with our founder, Catherine Goulet, co-founder Marilyn, or co-chair Kathy immediately after all medals have been awarded. You can take photos of loved ones on the stage if you wish after the ceremony as well. So please no stopping for photos during. If your book has placed as a winner or finalist in more than one category, we will be presenting you with all your medals at once when your book is announced. After all medals and awards have been handed out, we will then have our photographer take photos of winners and finalists in the photo area, which is over there. I will now begin announcing the winners and finalists. All right, here we go. A Place for Good and Evil, an Old City Mystery by Stacy Horan. Mystery winner. Congratulations. Acorn Adventures by Shane Swarbrick. Illustrated by Vivian Sartani. Science, Nature, Environment finalist. Congratulations. Addison Meisner, Visionary Architect by Robert L. Forbes, illustrated by Barbara McClintock. Congratulations. nonfiction all ages finalist and children's juvenile nonfiction winners. They got All That Shimmers by Katie Ambrose, fantasy finalist. Congratulations. Autumn Faith, An Unexpected Blessing by Gracie Lynn. This is Memoirs finalist. So now I am pleased to introduce my co-MC for the evening, Lolly DeYoung. Lolly is an experienced writer and editor. She is the founder of Birthing Magazine, now in its 30th year of publication, where she remains an advisor. Her published academic writing focuses on corporate social responsibility, executive decision-making, and using social media to advance corporate responsibility. Welcome, Lolly.
Thank you, Ashley, and I'm, as well as the others, so honored to be here for you this evening. I got to speak with a few of you, and one person said, this is the pinnacle of my career and my life, so we both started crying, so I'll try not to cry too much tonight, but it really means a lot to be a part of your journey and to celebrate you, so I'm always honored to be a part of this. So let's move along to the next title, Beyond Terminal, Processing Childhood Trauma to Reclaim Self, by Megan Lindell Goodrich. This was a finalist in the memoirs Overcoming Adversity and Tragedy. Brooklyn 76, a novel by Anthony Ocasio. First novel, 70,000 to 90,000 words. Winner. This was a finalist in the ebook fiction category. Jane Burrs, a true crime memoir of justice, survival, and redemption behind bars, by Carla Conti. This was a winner in true crime. Comets of Omen, The Presser Arc, by Charles Weindorf. This was a finalist in the science fiction Off Earth category. And now I'd like to pass it back to Catherine Goulet.
Thank you, Lolly. I'm happy to now introduce you to our co-chair of the Next Generation Indie Book Awards, Kathy Teets. Kathy is a past winner of the Independent Publisher of the Year, and she started independent publishing company Headline Books. Kathy's been an independent publisher in publishing since 1985. Ooh. And wow. Congratulations, Kathy. And Kathy's company's books, this is outstanding what she's managed to do as an independent publisher. They have won over 1,166 national book awards. Congratulations. And a number of international awards too. Kathy is the founder of Zoom Into Books. And Zoom Into Books is a virtual marketing program that reaches nearly 300,000 people a month and gives authors an opportunity to expand to a global market for sales and appearances. And now, if I recall correctly, I believe Kathy started Zoom into Books during COVID, and it was a way, that's correct? It was a way to really help authors to get their message out there, market their books. It's a fabulous program that I would recommend to all independent, self-published authors. If you want to take a look into Zoom into Books later. Kathy also has a new venture called All Aboard Books, and that can be found at allaboardbooks.org, which is a not-for-profit corporation that funds author visits at schools, and it also provides students with complimentary books across the United States. What an excellent program. Kathy, congratulations, and we'd like to welcome you to the stage.
Thank you, Catherine. I really appreciate the introduction. Publishing is the funnest thing in the world. I have met the most fascinating and interesting people. And when I was thinking about what to share with you all tonight, I started thinking how my company started. And you touched on it a little bit there, Catherine. We owned a weekly newspaper in northern West Virginia. And in 1985, we had a terrible flood. And so we gathered the newspaper coverage from all 29 affected counties and published our first book. It was called Killing Waters, and it sold over 100,000 copies.
Wow.
So we went newspaper, book publishing. So we sold the newspaper, and we started publishing regional nonfiction. And it floundered. You start at the top, you don't know how to publish. It's hard. And a lot of self-published authors end up starting their own publishing business from scratch. So I realized that networking was the key to growing your business. And I had joined Publishers Marketing Association, which is PMA, which is now IBPA, which some of you might be familiar with. And that was started by Jan Nathan, who was the mother of Jerry Nathan, who now is the director of IBPA. And I went to their first conference in Chicago and met Jan, and we became friends. And she was a wealth of information and help to me. They had publishing workshops for 2 days, and plus I was able to hook up with radio, TV, interview, report. And my business started growing. So in 2005, we added children's books and fiction. And I realized that as we do events, the more time you spend with people who love what you do, the more you're going to learn. So in 2007, I really am this old. One of my best authors, political thriller author Rick Robinson, entered his first book that I published into the Next Generation Indie Book Award, and won one finalist award. And I received an email from Shelley, I'm sure, that said we had won, and I didn't even know about the award. I thought, well, this is cool. I like award. So I have continued to enter in competitions, and still, the Next Generation Indie Book Awards is one of the most prestigious awards in the world and the ones that we are most proud of. A few years later, we were in New York City at Book Expo, and we were able to come to this reception for the very first time. Ashley was with me. We were so excited and dressed up. We left the hotel and stood on a corner in 90-degree heat. Could not get a taxi.
Oh, no.
I'd never met any of these people. We were so upset. And I had Ashley with me who couldn't get a taxi. So we did get there just a few minutes. The award reception was at the Plaza Hotel. It was very cool. And we walked up the steps to where the reception was, and Shelley looked at us coming up the steps, and she said, "Hi, Kathy, we're so happy you're here." And I thought, she knows my name. And we were so warmly greeted by Shelley, Catherine, Tag, and Marilyn that I felt like they were old friends. And the Next Generation Indie Book Awards is one of the few awards that totally celebrates and supports independent authors and publishers. And it's an honor to be associated with it. The networking opportunities gained by receptions like this one and conferences you attend will enrich your career and your abilities. We now participate in major book events across the country, and I invite authors to come and sign in our booth. This is also an excellent networking opportunity. Meeting new authors and seasoned veteran authors to share experiences about works, and you can learn what works and what doesn't work, and you may not have to invent the wheel yourself. Plus, we've had authors pair up with other authors to do events together and share booth expenses. So that's something to consider too. Every state has a book festival, and every state has a library conference. Submit a proposal to speak every chance you get. Once you have a book published, you are an expert, whether you think so or not. And now you are an award-winning author. All of these opportunities can translate into speaking engagements, which usually means backroom sales and can be the bread and butter for every author. So don't forget, you are now and forever an award-winning author. Add it to your email signature, your marketing materials, your license plate, and I might even put it on my purse. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Kathy's also my mom, so I'm very proud. Very, very proud daughter. All right, so back to the awards. All right, we have Create the Vitality You Crave, Epigenetics 101 to Unlock Your Healing Power by Lori Finley. This is Health and Wellness Nonfiction Finalist. Congratulations. Crossing Waiyaki Way, a true story of poverty, prayer, and politics in Kenya by Robin Okumu and Gordon Okumu. This is BIPOC winner. Congratulations. Disintegrating into adulthood, my journey through the abyss of anorexia and alcoholism and how I Walked and Wrote Myself Well by Louise Wilhelmine Hayes. Memoirs finalist. Congratulations. Divinity Undone by Michelle Elliott. Historical fiction pre-1900s finalist. Congratulations. Now I'll hand it back over to Lolly to continue.
Thank you, Ashley. Our next book is Ever Sharp, Cornerstone of an Industry by Jonathan A. Ely. Best Overall Design Nonfiction Print Book finalist and General Nonfiction finalist. Jonathan.
Your fifth time here, we're talking about this.
Wow. And then we have our friends from all the way in Australia. We have Daniel Loserto, who grew growing up in Sydney and was a finalist in the Young Author written by under age 25. House of Honor, The Heist of Caravaggio's Nativity by Margaret Ann Philbrick. Winner in the suspense category. How We Choose to Show Up, Nature's Playbook for Creating a Meaningful Life and the World We Want by Marcy Axelrod. Finalist in the career category as well as in the relationships nonfiction category.
Congratulations. Well done.
I'd now like to introduce Mike Harris, our Chief Financial Officer, who has been involved in the Next Generation Indie Book Awards since its inception. Mike will be announcing the grand prize winners this evening. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you, Lolly. I'm happy to be part of the 2025 Next Generation Indie Book Awards, and it's a great pleasure to announce the grand prize winners this evening. So I'm going to start with the third place grand prize winner for fiction, and this one comes with a $500 cash prize. And the winner this year is Told Ya, Stories by Peta Gay Nash. This book also placed in a number of other categories: multicultural fiction winner and a finalist in the short story collections. We have a video from the author this evening. Lolly, would you mind playing the video for us?
Wow, what an incredible honor. I'm so grateful for this win. Thank you, Next Generation Indie Book Awards, for choosing Told Ya. This makes me just want to keep going, and I really wanted to be able to celebrate with you all tonight. Much congratulations to you all. Hope you have a great time, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
That was great. I'll now announce the third place grand prize winner in the non-fiction category. Once again, this carries a $500 cash prize, and the winner is It's Not All Your Fault, Self-Help and the Individualization of Oppression by Sharon Phillips. This book also placed in a number of other categories, including general nonfiction, where it was a winner, social change, a finalist, and social justice winner. Sharon is here this evening and will come up to say a few words for us. Thank you.
congratulations to all of the other winners here tonight. What an incredible honor it is to be here in your presence with so much talent. And thank you for sharing your stories. It is so important that we tell our stories, even when it's hard, and especially when it doesn't match the dominant narrative that we have. And thank you to the Next Generation Indie Book Awards for recognizing this book and for affirming that this message matters. Individual solutions are no longer enough. It is not all our fault. Despite what we've been told, no amount of self-help, personal responsibility, quick fixes are going to solve our problems. They're not going to get us where we need to go. We cannot transform our futures through willpower and hard work alone. It's not all your fault. We're realizing across movements and industries that true progress and true liberation is collective. This begins when we tell our stories, write our books, speak truth to power, and say this isn't working for me. And then we dare to imagine what comes next. Better futures, and we take the steps to build it day by day, step by step in community. So share your truth, write your next book, own it, and let's create the better futures we know are possible together. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. And now we're back to Ashley.
All right, and we continue. Thank you, Mike. I will now continue announcing the winners and finalists with I Love My Community Kids Activity Book by Tammy Gerhardt, illustrated by Aruni Kariawasam. This has 2 awards, Activity Books, All Ages winner, and Specialty Novelty Book finalist. Congratulations. Journey Beyond the Veil, Awakening the Heart to Love by Wanda W. Jerome, illustrated by Jasmine Tritton. This has 3 awards. Poetry winner, check. Spirituality finalist, check. And Women's Issues nonfiction finalist. Maestro with Joy, an introduction to great women composers by Suzanne Brown, illustrated by Romy Caron. This is children's juvenile nonfiction finalist. Next, Mission Out of Control by Dr. Charles J. Camarda. This has 2 awards. He is unable to be with us this evening, so accepting the awards on his behalf is my mother, Kathy Keats. Because she is the publisher of this book, so she could probably keep them get away with it. It is a finalist in current events and a finalist in science, nature, and environment. I will now hand it back over to Lolly.
Thank you, Ashley. Our next book is Mommy, Am I Indian Today? By Shadi Bargay. Check. BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, and Persons of Color finalists, check. And Children's Picture Store, nonfiction, all ages, finalists. Our global crisis will never run out. Brian D. McLean, ebook nonfiction finalist. Price Writer, the 9-step method to becoming a highly successful general insurance pricing leader by Jeremy Keating, and this was a finalist in the business category. Retreat from the Precipice by Duke Sutherland. Historical fiction, 1900s. Winner, congratulations. And now I'd like to invite Catherine Goulet back, my sister.
Thank you, Lolly. I would now love to introduce you to my co-founder, the phenomenal, the extraordinary, the wise, the experienced Marilyn Allen. She can't shrink. She's bigger than life. We love Marilyn. Marilyn has a wealth of experience in the publishing industry. She has worked with major publishers in New York and best-selling authors. Marilyn is the founder and president of the Allen Literary Agency, and she reviews all of the winning books of the Next Generation Indie Book Awards each year for possible representation. And before starting her own literary agency, Marilyn held senior positions with several major publishing houses, including acting as the senior vice president of HarperCollins, and she's also directed sales and marketing teams with various publishing companies, including Simon & Schuster, HarperCollins, and many divisions of the Penguin Random House Publishing Group. Marilyn has also taught publishing courses at New York University and at Gotham Publishing. This is a phenomenal woman with an amazing background, wealth of experience, and she's a dear friend. Love her dearly. Marilyn!
Wow, I'm so deeply touched. And you know what? There's no way to put this, so give me 1 minute, people. There you go. What a night. A good evening to our distinguished award-winning authors and their guests. I am so honored to be here. Great privilege to be at the Next Generation Indie Book Awards, a night dedicated to celebrating the power of words, the magic of storytelling, and the remarkable individuals who bring both to life. This is our 18th year. Honest to God, I feel like a freshman at the senior prom. So I'm so excited to be here. It's a magical night and the highlight of my life. I have been reading my way through the winning books. I'm here to tell you this is like the best year ever. Congratulations to all. And tonight we gather not only to honor your award-winning books, but also to recognize the enduring impact that your stories have on our hearts, our minds, and our communities. In this world that's moving ever faster and faster, it occurs to me that the writers and the poets and the storytellers remind all of us to slow down a little bit, to enjoy life, and maybe to just go sit and read a good book. And that's the gift you've given to all of us. Plus, I think you give voice to the voiceless, you illuminate the unseen, and you inspire all of us to dream beyond our experiences. Books and storytelling have been around for centuries, but how we sell them has changed dramatically. And your challenge is to find your tribe. There are over 6,000 new books published every day, which is sobering. And I remember a scene in C.S. Lewis, one of the Narnia books, where our main character is standing on the ground and it's shifting and shaking and it's moving. And that strikes me what's happening in book selling right now. The traditional old ways of book marketing, a book tour and signings, TV and radio appearances, book reviews, I see heads shaking, they've kind of gone by the wayside. That time has passed. Indeed, the ground is shaking. So it's important for us to still be local, see those booksellers, stop by those libraries, have some local events, but to learn the new ways of book selling. It's all about internet searches, people, key search words. It's about maximizing the social media, especially Instagram right now. It's about your blogs, your Substacks. It's about speaking events with ticketed book sales. That is huge right now. And it's also about metadata, AI, and all the new ways. Discoverability of your book depends on all of these activities. AI is no longer in the back in the horizon. It's in the room right here. And we have to pay attention.
I'm fighting every day for publishers to be sure that your work is protected with AI, that we behave with AI with total transparency, but I also think AI can be a great way for you to find the readers and your audiences. These challenges are just not operational, they are existential. We need to leverage AI and data, not to just replace the human book selling experience, but I hope to enhance it. I firmly believe that our relationship with our readers is going to get better and better. I live for that, and I know you do. And I'd just like to close by saying, again from C.S. Lewis, change, he says, is always good. It takes you to a new place. So here. By the way, I'm so proud of all of you. And by a show of hands, who's having a magic night and one of the best days ever? All the best. It's nice to see you.
Thank you, Marilyn. Marilyn rocks. All right. Now we're going to continue with the winners and finalists. We have Secrets They Never Told by Kayla Hicks. Young New Adult Fiction, 17 years and up, finalist. Congratulations. Shanghai Sunset, The Great Adventures of Breeze Lee, Book 1 by Sharon Barnes, illustrated by Chris Ross. This is a finalist in the Action Adventure Fiction category. Congratulations. Space Rabbit's Secret Notebook of Human Behavior by Kunai Chang and Shi Wen Lin, illustrated by Kunai Chang. This has 2 awards, Humor Comedy finalist and Illustrations finalist. Congratulations. Spirit of Place, Snapshots of Travel Through Poetry and Images by Helen Rosemary Wood, illustrated by Helen Rosemary Wood and Bernadette Harrison. Illustrations finalist. Congratulations. I'm going to pass it back over to Lolly to continue.
And this gentleman is accepting on behalf of his mother. The Fine Art of Camouflage by Lauren K. Johnson. And this book placed in 2 categories. It was a winner in memoirs career and finalist in women's literature nonfiction. The Innovative Guide to Fashion and Beauty, 2025, by Muriel Gannon, Roger Fan publisher, and she's the ebook nonfiction winner. The Long Ride Home, Black Cowboys in America by Ron Tarver. Other contributors, Art Keyburn, essayist, and this has 3 awards as well. African American Nonfiction Winner, Best Cover Design Nonfiction Winner, and Coffee Table Book Photography finalist. Congratulations, Ron. The Lost Canvas by Julie E. Simmons, finalist in general fiction novel, 70,000 to 100,000 words. I'd now like to invite Mike Harris back up to announce the second place grand prize winners.
Thanks again, Molly. It's my extreme pleasure to announce the second place grand prize winners this evening. The first one's in the fiction category. This one comes with a $750 cash prize. And the winner is Gentle Hugs by Lily Guzman, illustrated by Dorota Reverenda. This book is also placed in the following category: Children's Juvenile Fiction, where it was the winner. Unfortunately, the author was unable to attend this evening, and she did not submit a video for us to play for you, but I'm happy to accept the award on your behalf. And then next up is the second place grand prize winner in the non-fiction category, also with a $750 cash prize. This year's winner is Cherokee History and the Spirit Family by James Barnes. This book also placed in the following category: BIPOC, Black, Indigenous People of Color, where it was the winner. We have a video from the author. Lolly, can you play that for us?
Thank you so much for this award. It's a complete surprise, and I very, very much appreciate it. I want to thank all the people at the University of North Georgia Press for their tireless work to make this book, a dream of mine, come to fruition, and to all the friends who helped out along the way, including my many Cherokee cousins. Thank you.
Great, thank you, James. I'm now going to hand it back to you, Catherine.
Thank you, Mike. Now, I have the pleasure of
Thank you, sir.
introducing you to the lovely Dr. Karen Kossi-Chernishev. Karen is an award-winning writer and scholar and has served on editorial boards in higher education. Karen has published essays, book reviews, chapters, and edited works with academic and independent presses. Now, in addition to that, we had the opportunity to first meet Karen when she submitted a book for the Next Generation Indie Book Awards back in 2009, and she was the winner of an award then. Also, Karen entered one of her books in the 2019 Next Generation Indie Book Awards and was the winner of the African American category with author Lillian Jones Horace for their book, Angie Brown, A Jim Crow Romance. We are thrilled to have Karen as part of our advisory board and to be an amazing part of our team. Welcome, Karen.
Celebrate with you. I want to read the judges' comments in honor of two women. One, Miss Helen Shields, who taught reading at the high school where I was teaching at the time. And the second, Miss Linda Cannon, who would always invite independent writers to our campus to share their novels with the high school students. So I'm going to get right along to read the judges' comments. The quality and variety was just amazing. The books I judged were exceptional. First person. Another, I have read some fabulous. Some of these categories are going to be difficult to choose finalists and winners. Some really beautiful books. The book judging competition was fiercely wonderful. I had difficulty narrowing some of the winners and finalists. Great round of books and talented storytellers. My category was extraordinarily wonderful and fun. And the last, it was a great year. I always have such a rewarding time judging. Beautiful comments. So I'll pass it along to Ashley.
Before we go back to Ashley, I have to say that we were remiss in not handing out awards to two individuals who also won finalist awards. And in particular, I am talking about the book Addison Meisner, Visionary Architect by Robert L. Forbes, illustrated by Barbara McClintock. Now, they are both here. They came up on stage to get their winner award. And now we would like to also provide them with the opportunity to come back up on stage to receive their finalist award. And we will have Ashley Belote, who is a fellow illustrator, who is very excited to meet you, who will be providing you with your award this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. That was fun. All right, we will continue with the next 4 books. We have got The Paperboy and the Spinster by Gustav Berger. This is 4 awards. Critical fiction novel, 70,000 to 100,000 were the finalists. Also a finalist in historical fiction, 1900s. Winner of regional fiction and winner of second novel. He might be Did you bring a wagon? Or great job. The Puppy Prophet by David Perry Lane, illustrated by Patrick Atkins. Best overall design fiction. Threshold to Valley Forge, The 6 Days of the Gulf Mills Encampment by Sheila D. Vance. This is a finalist in regional nonfiction. Congratulations. And now I'm going to hand it back over to Lolly to continue.
Many thanks, Ashley. The next book is Treasure, A Pearls of Promise 52-week devotional by Lisa Burkhart Worley and Lane Jordan Verde. And this was a winner in the nonfiction Christian category.
We have a 4-peat here.
Four-time winner. Congratulations. Congratulations.
True Hospitality, Lessons Learned from Behind the Concierge Desk by Jamie Cooperstead. This was a finalist in the Memoirs Career category. Unrivaled, Sewanee 1899 by Norman Jetlinson Jr. and Karen Dupre Facto. And this was a finalist in the Best Overall Design Nonfiction Digital category. Congratulations. Wild and Wise Witch, Daily Meditations to Open Your Path by Terry Clifton and Bev Adamo, New Age finalist. And now I'd like to invite Mike Harris back up to announce the first place grand prize winners. Mike.
Thanks, Lolly. Now we come to the time of the evening where it's time to announce the first place winners. And these both come with a $1,500 cash prize. So in the fiction category, this year's winner is Boy with Wings by Mark Muskin. This book also placed in the following categories: general fiction, novel over 100,000 words, where it was the winner, and inspirational fiction finalist. And this time we also have a video from the author. Lolly, can you play that for us?
I am Mark Moschin, I'm so grateful to the Next Generation Indie Book Awards for naming my book, Boy with Wings, as the grand prize winner for fiction this year. It's a true honor. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't be at the ceremony, but I'm actually doing a book event that weekend. So anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Congratulations to all the winners and all the folks who applied as well. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mark. And now we come to the first place grand prize winner for nonfiction. And the winner this year is The Warehouse, a visual primer on mass incarceration by James Kilgore and Vic Liu, illustrated by Vic Liu. This book also placed in 2 other categories, education, academic, nonfiction finalist, and social justice winner. Vic is here tonight and will also come up to say a few words.
Thank you all for honoring me, and/or thank you to all my fellow authors for writing books. A few quick remarks, because I know that we're near the end of the program. The world is a hard place. This book destroyed me. I will be very honest. Enough to remember everyone. And we work within that belief that we work with love, we live with love, and in the words of Miriam Kaba, hope is a discipline. Thank you.
Great, thanks so much for that, Vic. I'm going to hand it back to Leah.
All right, everybody. Well, you all did a wonderful job with the alphabet this evening. So, kudos on that. For any latecomers, we would like to give them their medals on stage now.
We don't have
And it says, then I announce, if there are no latecomers, we won't do that. So, we won't do latecomers. Thank you, Molly. Fabulous. Now, I am happy to tell you about the Next Generation Short Story Awards, which was started by the Next Generation Indie Book Awards in 2024, with 2025 being the second awards year. There's the math. Great job. This is a not-for-profit international awards program for authors of short stories who have written an unpublished short story that is 5,000 words or less. There are 30-plus categories, gold medals, cash prizes, and recognition, along with the publication of the winning short stories in an anthology of winners. This evening, we will be announcing the 3 grand prize winners and have invited them to submit a video. I would like to introduce you to Anushka Rajesh, the awards coordinator for the Next Generation Short Story Awards.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm happy to be part of this awards program and announcing the 3 grand prize winners for the Next Generation Short Story Awards. I will start by announcing the 3rd place grand prize winner, which comes with a $200 cash prize. And the 3rd place winner is Honeybee and the Single Glove by Anne Freeman. We have a video by the author. Lolly, please play the video.
Greetings from Melbourne, Australia. I'm honoured to have been awarded 3rd place in the grand final of the Next Generation Short Story Award for my story, Honeybee and the Sting of Love. I wish I could be there celebrating with you all in Philadelphia this evening. I am there in spirit. Immense thanks goes to the awards organisers and of course the judges. Congratulations to everyone else awarded in this amazing contest.
Thank you. 3 grand prize winners We have the second place grand prize winner with us here today, who will receive a $300 cash prize. And the second place winner is 3 Cheers for Emilio by Elizabeth Wise Bolton.
I just wanted to say how, first of all, to thank the committee or the judges or whatever. I had kind of entered the story on a whim. I never thought a story, a 1,200-word story about Emilio, who was a little boy immigrating to the United States with his family from Costa Rica, having a hard time adjusting to English, winter, and even his favorite game, soccer, where he just never seems to get where he wants to be. So anyway, thank you very much. And I think getting this award has made me finalize my thinking about, I think I'm going to try to turn Emilio into a picture book. So thanks so much.
Thank you for that, Elizabeth. The first place grand prize winner will get a $500 cash prize and a trophy. And the first place winner is Grooves and Blisters by Robert Wright. We have a video by the author.
A long-planned family reunion prevents my attendance. As a young Air Force lieutenant, I was assigned to Rainey Air Force Base on the northwest corner of Puerto Rico. Just off base, I found a beautiful place with beautiful people, the fishermen who lived and worked at Crash Boat Beach. Life there literally flowed off the pages of Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea. I fell in love with the place. Grooves and Blisters is a story of my first visit to the village. I am humbled and honored to accept the first place grand prize. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Robert. And now I'd like to pass it over to Ashley. Thanks, Anisha. Okay. So, if you will all please join me in welcoming Marilyn Allen, literary agent and co-founder, back on stage to hear some final remarks before photos. Marilyn.
Thank you. And this time I have my drink because I want to raise the toast to all of you. I'm so proud, so honored to be in your company. I want to congratulate you. I also want to thank your guests because I know many of them brought you coffee and took out the trash and made dinner and paid the bills and did everything so you could write your books. So to all of our award-winning authors, guests, the lovely people that run this contest, I go here. And I do want to tell you that we're now open for our 19th year, so keep writing and start entering. I see some people want to run home and submit more stories. Here.
Thank you, Marilyn. All right, this evening, as I said before, we have a professional photographer with us who will take your photos with you and your book with our founder, Catherine, co-founder, Marilyn, or co-chair, Kathy. The photographer will be set up in the photo area. So you all are free to head there now and get some photos taken. And then I will be back up to announce when we have to start winding down the evening. So for now, there's cupcakes left, have a snack, get a photo taken, and I'll let you know our timeline as we proceed. Thank you all so much.